I've been walking around in Lamington National Park now for probably just under 1 hour, and every now and again what I like to do is I like to stop and listen and really just take in what nature is giving me. And I find after a while what starts happening is you start getting a lot more bird calls, and you start hearing more sounds in the forest as well, because you're not making those noises, so you're able to absorb what's going on around you. It's a really good technique to use and to really hone in on your senses and feel what's happening in the forest. Hey guys, so today I'm in Lamington National Park. So far I've seen a couple of log runners, bush turkey, eastern wetbirds, and the red hinterland, which is a small sort of rainforest macropod, like a kangaroo, wallaby, etc., but a lot smaller. What they typically do is they forage in the understory. Don't really run long distances, so they've got a really short hop, but really awesome to see them because they are not the most common of macropods, just because of their habitat. This is a fantastic tree here. You chop down a tree like that, and tons of carbon is released into the atmosphere, which, as you can imagine, it's not a good thing. You've probably heard the term keystone species before. It's used for a special type of species, which is really important for a particular habitat and ecosystem. And the reason why is because if you take away that keystone species, then a number of species that are codependent will also suffer from the effects of the removal of that species. A really good example is the cassowary. Cassowary, what it does is it forages on the ground, and a lot of the fruits and seeds and nuts that trees will drop, cassowary consumes, and because it forages and moves around quite a bit in the forest, it will then disperse those seeds throughout the forest in different areas. And if that cassowary wasn't doing that, then those species wouldn't be able to disperse throughout the forest. So you'd have real issues with the reproduction of plants and the health of the ecosystem. So it's really important to, when you're looking at, I guess, particularly with conservationists, when they look at an ecosystem, they look at what the keystone species are and what the effects could be if that was removed. Now, national parks are a great example of areas that are protecting these keystone species in order for them to continue providing that healthy ecosystem. So this is one of the reasons why I absolutely love national parks, because it's protecting habitat, it's protecting that keystone species, and ensuring that we have a healthy ecosystem like this for future generations.